Earlier this year, I lost my great-granddad. Like his title, he certainly was great. I remember the stories he used to tell me each time I went to see him, and the smile that always appeared on his face when he was surrounded by the ones he loved the most. I want to explore and learn the big events that happened in his lifetime. From being captured by the English during the Second World War, to starting his own barber shop and settling down to start a family. I want to know the Hans Hybe that everyone knew became the Oppa that we know and love now.
Nearly everybody knew my dad as he was Hans the barber in the little village shop. He married an English girl, he was a prisoner of war, so his history preceded him.
He wanted to be a barber. I think his uncle was a barber, and he desperately wanted to be a barber like his uncle. He liked that job. I think he'd been in the shop helping his uncle out, but his dad wanted him to go and work on the land and work on the farm with him, but he was just not interested in that. So his dad said, well, if you're interested in being a barber, then go and do that. And he put him on the train, one-way ticket to Timashura, 15 years old. Okay, that was it. Walked around the city until he found the barbers that took him in.
He was a local legend. There was generations of people that cut his hair. I think from when I could walk and hold a brush, I used to go into his shop and sweep the hair up. It was the place to be.
But he wasn't always seen as a local legend. Near the end of the war, the German prisoners were thought to be sent back to Germany from being kept in the camps in America. However, on the way back, an announcement was made as a change of plan occurred. They were to be sent back to England instead to help rebuild the damage that was made. There, they worked hard on little food, alongside the struggle of gaining trust from British citizens. Life in England was hard for a German prisoner, but after the war ended, Hans found his feet, whatever the circumstances were.
When I was a little girl, it was thrown out at me sometimes, your dad's German. I couldn't understand what the significance was because my dad was my dad and I loved him, and I just didn't understand what they was talking about. But obviously that had come from an older generation, passed down to the children, but I just used to call him a Dummkopf, which is not a very nice word in German, and that used to silence them. My mum and dad, they got on very, very well, and they done nearly everything together. They supported each other, they looked after myself and my brother, they absolutely idolised their grandchildren. They had some hard times, but they weathered them and they pulled through together.
I used to cycle to work, and she was a nanny for a family in Sutton Bridge, and she used to take the little girl for a walk, and they used to go around the Bridge Hotel along the riverbanks, sort of thing. And I came home from night, and there was a nice bit of stuff here. Like the nice little girl there, nice. Anyway, the next night I thought, well, kept my fingers crossed, I wonder if she's still there again. So she was. So I jumped off my bicycle and I said, can I speak to you? And she said, yes, of course you can. And that's how it started.
He never moaned about anything, he never complained about anything. And
Had all the time in the world for anybody.
he was always an inspiration, really.
He would always support us in anything that we done.
You're never going to meet a person like him.
He was such a kind and gentle man.
He'd go to the ends of the earth for us.
He was Oppa.
Oppa touched the hearts of many people during his time, from fighting in a devastating war to working in his dream job and finding the love of his life. Oppa clearly presented the passion he had for success and the personality traits that we still name him as today. He certainly was a local legend and our Opper.